Please welcome our next presenter, Ms. Ann Chan. Please come up to the stage.
Hello, hi everyone. This is Ann. I'm partner of IVC. So today I'm going to talk about like the Japanese yen stablecoins. How is the Japan's regulation environment create a solid ground for practical adoption? So as for IVC, if you're in the startup community, so you're probably aware of IVS conference in Kyoto every year. So basically we run the IVS this year, every year, that gather like all the startup either in Web 2 or Web 3 together. And on the day-to-day job, we're actually venture capital, especially investing into Web 3. On the IVC side, we have invested in over like 200 projects. And this is globally. And JPYC, we are also the early investor into JPYC, which is the first licensed Japanese stable yen stablecoins. And besides our latest project that have been doing pretty well on the token side, including like Aether, which is a decentralized AI compute power platform. The ticker is ATH. I think that the price has been going pretty good. And also the other deals that we've done lately, it's a Nakamoto. It's a Bitcoin treasury, digital asset treasury that's run by David Bailey, who is Mr. President Donald Trump's crypto advisor. And the other project that we invested lately is a Korean entertainment company, it's called Titan, that usually come out with a few like K-pop store group. So regarding on the topic of the Japanese-led like a stablecoins, Japan like government has been one of the very first like government that set up the framework and also the rules for the stablecoins operational like business in Japan. And from the year of like 2022 to 2023, stablecoin has been categorized officially as the electronic payment instruments. And this all companies that's doing the stablecoin business need to register under this electronic payment instrument service provider, EPISP. And the candidates that are able to issue the stablecoins are only the three types, which are the banks, the funds transfer service provider, and also the trust company. Each type of the issuer has its own like a requirement and also the license. And even though the banks today, it's still permitted to issue the stable coins, but currently most of the banks that are applying for the stable coins, they are doing the fully backed, like 100% tokenized like deposits. So not technically like the EPISP, it's being required. So the change of the rule this year for the stable coins that the Japan like FSA that introduced on the amendment of the PSA, which is the Payment Service Act. Some of the notable change, there's actually more flexibility on the reserve composition for the trust type of the stablecoin. So before, they probably need to hold 100% of the deposit. That's one-on-one back to the Japanese yen that they issued. But now they can actually allocate up to 50% of the reserve to the low-risk asset like Japanese government bonds. That could be like providing some yields. So the adoption rise in like 2025, as you are probably aware that JPYC, which is we invested back in like 3 years ago, that they recently got the license approved from the government. And also they are actually now categorizing under the fund transfer and also the trust type. But there are other banks who are actually doing, falling in the category of the banks that could be issuing the stable coin as well. But they are usually doing the 100% like backed assets. Yeah, but the key model difference between the Japanese stablecoin and also the US, which is Circle, that went on IPO I think 2 months ago. The key difference is due to the low interest rate in Japan, profitability that's generating from the yields on like stable coins, putting as a reserve assets, it's a little bit challenging in Japan. Like what also like those Japanese like stablecoin projects, they are also trying to take some profitability and generating revenue from the carry trade. But this carry trade also has been like narrowing recently between the U.S. and also Japan. So for different kind of opportunity, if projects are thinking about what kind of opportunity could be there, like working with the Japanese stablecoins. Now, like by the in Japan, it is actually quite different than the U.S. because Japan's stablecoin project actually more for the practical use case versus like the Japan peers, which is such as like the Circle USDT, USDC, and also the Tether USDT is actually serving for reserve and also trading. So Japan is now working more on like the actual practical use, such as serving for the merchant payments, enterprise integration, retail payments, and also for the cross-border remittance. Versus like US, it's mainly serving for the tradings and also like reserve. So if you are actually working in some corporates that's looking for like integrating with the Japan stablecoins, that's I think that there could be opportunities working with such as like JPYC or like some of the banks, depending on the purpose, and also those are actually just some of the framework and also the existing payments that some of the existing party have been working on, such as like the soft post for Tochika, which is also issuing by a bank. And also the Asteria no-code like ERP adapter, that's for the enterprise use. Asteria, it's like a ERP service provider for the enterprise grade software provider. So those are just some of the use cases and also opportunity here, probably for some of your references. And we think that there could be like more adoption for the Japanese yen like to grow in the future, that we are still waiting for the upcoming adventure. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。